Welcome to Keith and the Girl. I'm Keith Malley.
I'm Murf Meyer.
Murph Meyer, good to see you, buddy. How you doing?
Good man, good to see you. It's been a
Thank
minute.
you.
We're you're in a different state, different
I'm
state of
in
mind, different state of the union.
I'm in Charlotte. I'm in love. I'm feeling good, and yeah, life is pretty sweet. I thought I dropped headphones outside. I retraced my steps. I found them, those little, tiny Apple ones.
Hmm.
It starts my day. It's like getting Wordle in two. My day is starting perfect already. I'm feeling real nice.
Yes. This is the Keith Malley version of Today Was a Good Day.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, Wordle tried to throw out the word level, Level, to trick me. Not the kid. Not the kid.
You've wordled before. This ain't your first
That's right.
wordle.
The other day, I got like do you play Wordle first off?
No, my wife plays it. Used to play it a lot. She's probably one of those new word games. But yeah, once the New York Times took it over, I
Okay.
mean, hardcore wordle people, I feel like have
Gotcha. That's what I think that's when I found out about it. And I get mad at it when they give me a bullshit word, but then I know Donald Trump is mad at New York Times, and I think that's why, and I don't want to seem like I'm on that side, so I have
Mhm.
to so anyway, the other day, the I forget what the word was, but I start with the word heart, Heart, and the E lit up, so I know it's in the right position, the right letter. And I'm like, what word could be next? There's got to be a million, but I'm like, I don't know why it came to maybe fucking the state of the world, but I go Reich. That uses a lot of vowels, a lot of consonants. So I type in Reich, and they go not on the Wordle list, and I'm like, well, maybe that. First of all, that's why Trump hates the New York Times, and
Sure.
and secondly, look around. It's a fucking word. Okay,
Yes. I mean, it's very much a word, especially
right.
like you said, coming in now. He wants those fascist flowers. Give the man his fascist flowers.
That's right.
Put that word in there for Christ's sake.
But yeah, I'm feeling pretty good over there. You have how old's your kid now? 3?
She's three. Yeah, she's 3 years old. She's running wild. I mean, she's going to be on the mic sooner rather than later, I imagine, because
Right.
this little one can talk.
Do you obviously you're going to be the best parent you could be, period. But in the back of your head, do you think you're thinking like one day you probably will have a mic, you'll be an artist of some kind. I better fucking behave. I think all parents need to understand that you better
Yes.
treat your kids like they can write a book one day.
That's right. Because yeah, if you're and the thing is, I feel like if you're bad enough, it's like that memoir comes quick, and it is going to be
Right.
indictment. So yeah, you better keep it like out of the trauma of a memoir is the baseline for me. If
Right.
I can at least be that good of a parent, then I've succeeded.
Yeah, yeah. You got too much TV, you got too little TV. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know it'd be a chapter.
Yeah, what I mean, everybody had the screen time was that was everybody was doing it.
Do you, while they, I don't know how much registers at 3 years old, but especially even younger, did you find yourself like talking to her that like something would get in her brain so that later you'll
Yes.
understand you are doing your best, you might have fucked up?
Oh, you mean like an inception of
Maybe.
parental? Yeah, yeah. No, I've always talked to her. I started kind of even from when she was a baby. I don't really. It's just not my style, but also the kind of baby talk, whatever. I just always talked to her like she was just a person, pretty much from birth, even though she obviously wasn't responding for a while.
Right.
But probably subconsciously, like, yeah. I mean, I might have been slipping in a little bit of that, like, oh, I see what I'm doing. Like, this is great work over here that I'm doing. Like, I might throw that out every. Now she'll call me on the bullshit. Now she's old enough to know, like, you're a
What
mess. Like, get your
what a
shit.
great day we had. It's like the joke that comics use, like, and you had a great time. Good night.
Yes. It's it's kind of what I'll always bust my folks for is they waited too late in life to rewrite history. It's like you got to rewrite
Mhm.
the history in the present.
Right.
Got to start then, because if you start going now, my mom's all, oh yeah, and you had vegetables. We didn't have a lot of sweet stuff around that, and I'm like, we were raised on fruity pebbles. Like we were
Right.
eating fruity pebbles for breakfast, and that's fine. Nobody knew. It's all the dyes, the poisons, the sugars. Who
Right.
who knew? But we were eating junk forever. So let's not pretend like that's now she wants to rewrite history.
Right. You know what I love about this family mostly is that I never made you dig holes for punishment.
Yeah,
Like what
yeah.
that? What?
Like, but there was that one photo. No, that photo. No, we don't
Right.
need to talk
It
about
looks
that
like a
one.
golf course outside, Dad, but maybe you should have told me earlier that I'm not actually digging a hole as I am.
That's right.
You drive a school bus now?
Yes.
for work because voiceover act everything's rough out
The
there now.
industries, yeah, has completely bottomed out. And so healthcare, especially with the kid, like, you fly for a while. I mean, I'm also maybe getting to an age where I wouldn't be, it wouldn't be wise to roll without healthcare either. But the health insurance with SAG, it was a couple years I didn't make it. There's all this non-union VO work, AI now creeping in, all that shit. So
Right.
with the kid, I was kind of like, I need health insurance. So this union gig driving a bus for Portland Public Schools has been pretty remarkable, great healthcare and stuff. So I got that gig, and it's as wild as you would expect.
Is
But I've had
it
a lot of
is
weird jobs over my life. Like the weirdest job for me, actually, if you look at my entire resume of probably, I don't know, 60, 70 jobs over my life, is the like decade, a little more than a decade or whatever, I spent paying, full-time gig, voiceover, TV stuff as an entertainer. That's actually the outlier of the rest of my life of weird gigs. So
right?
school bus driver makes sense for me.
Do you have to train? Like they gave me a
Yeah, I got a
U-Haul and I'm like,
CDL.
what the fuck?
Yes.
You know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
like, if I can't drive it on a parkway, I can't drive it. Why are you
Yes.
giving me the keys?
No, it's kind of wild. I've also been, I was always a wild driver in my youth. When my brother heard that I got a CDL and would be driving a school bus, he was kind of like, huh.
Right.
Because, I drove a little bit wild and then didn't drive, when you're near New
Drive
York.
a little bit. You told me the fucking story with guns and drugs and driving a little
Yes,
bit.
yeah, gun run. Yes, when you need a wheelman, you can come to me.
Right.
Whether it's to get your children to school or you need to get drugs across the border. I'm your guy.
KeithandTheGirl.com/Murf Meyer. Okay. Jesus Christ. But you have to take a little class. Is it hard?
The CDL was hard. I hadn't taken a test in I wasn't not really I wasn't a college guy and didn't really give much of a shit in high school. So I had not taken an actual test where you got to study and sit down in a
Right.
while. So the first one, I think the last time I took a test was to be a PIAA basketball official in Pennsylvania. And I was like, I know the rules of high school basketball. Like, I'll just
Right.
go and pass this test. Didn't even look at the exam. I failed it by one. So for this one, I was
Oh,
like, you know what? Don't go into cock. I know you know how to drive, but
right.
there's like, 15 feet versus how many,
Right.
there's specifics about it. So I did study up on that and eventually got my CDL. So yeah, so you got to do that. Then there's all the training about kids, CPR, and what do you do if the bus flips over on train tracks and all that kind of fun
What
stuff.
do you do?
Then it's like you got to just emergency egg. You got to just start tossing kids
Do
out.
you A, save everybody?
Yes.
B, no, you know what's best, so whatever.
Wink, wink.
C, let the kids take control. Nothing
Yep.
as beautiful as the innocence of youth. Or D, do the right thing. And I'm like, what's the difference between A
Wait,
and D?
what?
Fuck.
Trick question. Yeah. What's
Yeah.
funny is it was an actual question, and the correct answer to it is if you end up somehow, which you shouldn't be in this spot, but if you go through the onto the tracks where the thing closes, if you get trapped between the two arms, you're just gun it. You're supposed to just gun it and blast through that
Okay.
arm that comes down. So I hope to be in that scenario where I get to like the film Speed. I'm just
Right.
like flying through a through downtown Portland.
Do
Just
you find yourself having the right of way more often than regular vehicles? Like I don't know what I as a regular driver don't know what the rules are with a bus. Every time I see a bus, I'm like, am I allowed to pass you?
it's just if the stop arm's out, then people generally occasionally get somebody blow through that stop arm, but that's basically like you're loading kids onto the bus. So you're
Right. Okay.
telling people's otherwise, yeah, it's just every person for themselves. Keep it. People are pretty good if you're trying to like merge. They'll say, "Ah, here comes a bus. Let's get the kids." There's still a little glint of humanity left in us.
How old are the kids?
Well, I got elementary and middle school kids. So,
Do you ever like overhear? First of all, I was bullied on a bus
mhm.
as a kid. Uh, do you keep an eye out for
Yeah,
that?
so no, bullying's that's one of the actual training things.
Oh
They're big
yeah.
on the bullying here. Yeah, to keep an eye on that kind of shit. So I'm a no nonsense. For me, it's like any kind of language, whatever you want to say on the bus, I don't really care. It's more just no bullying and no throwing shit at me. I had a kid who had a remote control helicopter,
Mm.
flew that down the aisle and right into me.
Oh
And I
wow.
was like, we can't have that. I mean,
Right.
don't run too tight of a ship, but you can't throw shit at me while I'm driving because that's when we end up in trouble. And
What
if
do
I
you
see
literally
bullying,
do with the helicopter? What literally happens next?
I'm just swatting it down, and I'm saying I won't say the kid's name. Hey, kiddo, come on
Right.
with just a light reprimand of reminding him. I
Okay.
don't have many rules on this bus. I don't
You
care.
don't break it or throw it out the window.
No, no, no. I'm
Okay.
not at that point yet. I'm not at who's it? Crabtree.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not there yet. Give me a few years.
The Simpsons bus driver. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, The oh right, no, he was the cool one, right? He was like
Otto is cool. Otto, I'm
yeah,
trying to go Otto, but who's South Park has that crazy the lady with the bird in her hair and everything.
yes,
I forget her. Yeah.
yeah,
So there's the spectrum, or who is it? Farley in Billy Madison.
would you do you overhear kids talking and not be able to help but be a teacher or a parent? Like for example, like let's say some kid is like, my dad said they're only deporting the bad ones. Do you want to go? No, no,
No.
that's not what's
Yeah.
happening.
Cut in for that. Also, again, it's Portland Public School, so they gave us a little. We have a little, an actual printout that I keep with my credentials on the bus, where what we can say to ICE. If ICE tries to fuck around and come on the bus,
Oh, for real?
that's a hard. Oh yeah, no, I will. I will. There'll be something viral if I'm wrestling an ICE agent. No, no ICE is coming on the bus to be taking kids out. That's for goddamn sure. But
Good
they
for
gave us
you.
something to say where we can say you don't have to open the window, you don't have to open the door, you don't have to let them on. Radio dispatch, tell them how we handle it. So
But when what are like I would open the door just because I don't know, maybe like there's a person.
Mhm.
Once you open the door, does that allow ICE to come into the bus?
I think again because we're in such a kind of no holds barred times. It feels
Yeah,
like I think everything is like they'll just do shit and then you got to figure it out in court. But I
right.
will opening that one side door. It's like my door's locked, my windows are up, and they can't open that student loading door. So that's where we get into. If the arm goes down on the tracks, I drive through it, and if ICE agent just
Right.
us, I drive through it.
Do you have bus driving nightmares?
No, I haven't had any of those yet. But thanks for planting that, and I'll
Right.
get back to
Just
you.
think about all the
I'm gonna
things that could
text you at
happen.
like 4 a.m. one of these days and be like, "I'm sweating. There's people flying out of the bus."
Like a
And
dream about doing stand up, but you didn't have anything planned. Maybe you're like, I don't know how to
I
drive,
don't
and
know how
there's
to turn on. Yeah, I don't know which the gas is.
there's 18 gears coming out of the
Yep,
steering
yep.
wheel. The are I know like some kids are special needs that you have. Are they
Yes.
all?
Yes, I also, and that's another thing too, is you were saying bullied on the bus. I think the long bus. So I drive the short bus for special needs kids, and it's like door to door service. So I don't have it. Honestly, you get to know your kids. That's the best part of it for me. It's like driving the bus. I might ding something. Like I'm waiting for the day where I just bump into something or do something with the car. But with the kids, I love that part of it. But I almost prefer the special needs. You have 5, 6 kids on your bus. You know what their deal is. You get a relationship with them. Having that full bus of like
You
50
can't
or
see.
60 middle school kids. Oh yeah, that's a nightmare. I've seen my brother when I got this gig. My brother started sending me TikToks because there's a TikTok challenge out there with bus drivers where they're just getting hit in the head with
Oh,
stacks of nickels and wet paper towel bags and everything. Just it's fun
sure.
for them. So I don't have to deal with that. I get the remote
Right.
control helicopter every now and again, but it's that full bus of kids that will
Yeah.
be my nightmare. Is I'll be waking up and there'll just be 60 unruly middle schoolers on a
With
bus.
a short bus, all the seats are front seats, so that's
Yes,
not so
that's right.
bad.
I can get them all in the mirror. I can kind of see what's going on. I keep the chatter going. It's a little bit more personal kind of thing. So I prefer that.
Do you have to take a special class for that? Because I picture, let's say somebody does get out of line or is having, half a seizure, and that's even if it's in their head and you're not really scared about their health, but you got to be careful. Do I touch this person
Yes,
on the
yes.
arm?
There's a lot of the training for the special needs that's unique from the long bus. So it's like a different. It's still CDL, but the driving part of it is a little less lenient. We don't have air brakes. I mean, we're now getting into the nitty gritty. Who gives a shit? But
Right.
basically, it's a little bit more different. A little different for the long bus from a technical driver's license standpoint. But then there's a bunch of other training for the kiddos.
Okay. Do you find yourself in your regular day to day seeing somebody in a handicapped parking spot and be like, no, motherfucker?
Yes, here comes the short bus. Nudge him out.
No,
Yeah, no,
not even that. Just like, I don't know, you just go to the store. It's like, show a limp or something, you
that's
asshole.
something. Give us something. Yes,
Right.
with the parking spots. I should just start doing that myself and just show my.
Right.
Hey, I drive a short bus. I'm like, nice. That's real nice.
Do you have kids with helmets?
No, I don't personally, but yeah, there's a lot of like safety support stuff, vests and helmets and ear noise canceling headphones and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of different equipment learning. So I've been lucky. So my kids have not been on that level yet. Usually the more veteran drivers do. We do like a bid to get our route every year, and it reminds me of like a fantasy football draft because they put the routes up like here are the kids, here are the
Mm.
schools, and then you bid on it based on seniority. So we just had that the other day for this upcoming year. So
And do you find yourself like Like I don't like this route as much, but I do love this kid.
Yeah, I think that's kind of it. Yeah, it's like more so, oh, I know this kid from last year because you see these kids, going
Right.
up the grades. So you get to know them.
The moms or dads, whoever, do they make you gifts like
I got a
food?
little Christmas package from one of my kiddos parents
Okay.
last year. Yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, again, this is also like, as far as the level of parents are generally great, but you get people if it's like single mom working with three kids, like it's a tough go of who you're picking up and how involved the parents are or how involved they're able to be. But last year I did get a very nice Christmas package from one of my kids.
It'd be funny. I picture the kids keep hugging you, but you keep getting like, that hand sanitizer. I'm like,
Yeah,
Murf, you fucking did heroin. Like, I
yeah,
know, but
yes,
I don't know
I
what these
know.
fucking kids are up to.
You're like,
Heroin
are you
didn't put
drinking that
dirt
hand
under my
sanitizer?
nails. Yeah. Um, are you into neither here nor there? Speaking of helmets, are you into football? The season's starting, of course.
Yes, I am. I'm an Eagles fan, and so riding high still
Yeah,
on
that's right.
last year, beating Mahomes. But we'll see. I mean, I know Saquon's ready to retire. Who's your team? I forget who.
Steelers.
Steelers. Yes, yes. So we're two PA guys. Well, I mean, you got the circus coming to town now with
Yeah,
Aaron
I don't
Rodgers.
even follow the off season. So like when the first preseason game, I'm like, all right, let's see some names and whatnot, and it means nothing. But so far, undefeated
Yeah.
feels pretty good.
Yep. Yep.
Being here in Charlotte, a second team, secondary, my secondary will be the Panthers,
Panthers.
and
Sure.
let's see if I bring them something. Being here.
Hmm.
Yeah, and Steelers and Panthers are playing an upcoming preseason game. That should be exciting.
There we go. You got to get together with the neighbors and
I'm
see who.
allowed to wear my shirt at the stadium this time. Apparently, I'm allowed. Yeah, so yeah, I definitely get into it. I don't know if you saw this, the Browns, the Cleveland Browns, with the clever helmet that's all brown,
Hmm.
apparently announced they have a new helmet. And I look at it, it looks brown to me. I don't see the fucking difference.
Yep.
Anyway, they were on like some river, some popular Cleveland river, I guess. And on this wooden
Cuyahoga. I think the Cuyahoga River it might be.
okay.
Yep.
On this okay. On this wooden raft, this big giant brown helmet. And they take the tarp off like ta-da to people on shore and some people clap or whatever. This dude goes around it to take a picture, he falls in the water. I'm like, that's the Browns.
That is the Browns. That is that is the perfect microcosm of the Brown. I mean,
Right.
that's their season right there. Just fell in the river right out of the gate.
Do you find how many do you go to live football games?
I've been to a few. I went to some when I was in New York. Still, I went to some Jets Giants games, and yeah, I go to Eagles. My sister-in-law has had season tickets in her family. They're like passed down generation for a long time. So sometimes when I go home to visit over the holidays, she'll throw me out a ticket for to go down to the link and watch the Eagles. So
I
that,
saw every New York game, I think pro that I was at, I saw a fight in the stands.
oh, I mean, God, yeah,
It
yeah,
gets
yeah.
so
No,
violent. Would you ever take a kid? Can you imagine? A 14, a 16-year-old.
I mean, my money. I'll take. I mean, she's going to be an underdog, I guess, in a tussle at 3 years old. But I'll put
Right.
my money on my kid in the stands.
Hmm.
She's giving me a run for my money. You better be in shape if
Right.
you want to wrestle this one.
Right. First of all, try to chase my daughter down. Good luck.
Yes, yeah.
Second
Good
one,
luck catching her. Yep, she will run right onto the field.
yeah, it does get a little violent. And then
It
with
does.
the politics today, the person in front of you is wearing a shirt. It's like God is my savior, Trump is my president, AK-47 is my Bible, and I gotta be calm for 3 hours.
Yes, yes, yes. With the AK-47 scripture just hovering over your shoulder.
Right.
Yeah. No, I mean, and also Philly's been known, I remember when I was very young going to games when they used to have the same, it was old veteran stadium where they would have the Phillies games and the Eagles games on the same like field. And it was like an old AstroTurf. It was like playing on concrete, but it was just,
Right.
and it was a huge stadium. So I remember going to those games and seeing pretty much every time, even going to a Phillies game, it's like there's some sort of scrum breaking out at those. So I
Yeah.
think it's kind of just part of the, especially when you're in
Charm.
the seats. Yeah, part of the charm.
For the charm.
You're not sitting with Bradley Cooper in those
Right. That's
VIP
right.
in the VIP owners suite there. Then you might have to tussle.
He goes, and now get ready for the Super Bowl. And if you guys can relax a little bit, because
Yeah, right.
because I'm carrying a kid on my shoulder.
That's
I don't
right.
know
We're
whose
all
kid this
ramped
is.
up.
We're all ramped up, but let's just enjoy the game. Okay. Thank you.
I think maybe the broiest thing I love, there's a clip I saw. This is probably also like 9 years old by now, but I'm a little behind. So I'll see something on Instagram and be like, hey, did you see this clip going around? And someone's like, 10 years ago? Yeah, I remember that.
Right.
But I'm like, oh, now I'm seeing like an account of an account of an account who posted it. But there's a dude at a baseball game who was holding his kid, and a foul ball comes, and he has a beer too. And he somehow like lets the kid drop to catch the foul ball and catches it with a bare hand, then
Right.
catches her in his arm and doesn't spill the beer. And I'm kind of like, well, there's a father of the year. There's one
Right.
that goes into the memoir.
There should be practice like that. Like a camp
Yes.
for dads. Maybe it's 2 weeks long. And you
Yep.
know that game where like the carnival game where it's like a circle above you, plastic knives, in the circle, and then it randomly drops and you have to
Yep.
catch it.
Yep.
Different courses like that to
I
teach you
like that.
just in case.
Yes.
Hey, we're gonna push this fake baby off a ledge. You won't know when, and now, and you have to throw the
And there
pillow
she
across
comes.
the room.
Yes. Yeah. There's a 2 year old on your shoulders, and there's a punch being thrown at you. You have to slip the punch, make sure
Right.
the kid doesn't get hit. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. You, of course, see in Washington, D.C., that Trump has taken over the police.
I mean, this has reached levels, and it's not going to stop here. I also love that every time there's something that comes up. So I mean, the Epstein files was a big one, but
Right.
now it's like it plays perfectly into his hands because it serves as such a great distraction, but is also
Right.
legitimately moving towards a fascist
Right.
authoritarian vibe of like taking over police.
And if we only focus more on real sugar and Coca-Cola and let the not worry about the children being fucked,
This is
we
right.
wouldn't have
Yes,
this problem to
that's right.
distract
The
us from the
red
children.
dyes are the
Right.
most danger to children, not the cabal of very powerful pedophiles. Or just like
Right. Right.
not the trafficking, it's the red dye 40. Yep. Yeah, it's fun times. DC's in a very weird. I mean, I guess it's still that 1 foot in because DC's, I guess, whatever. It's a unique city because of the charter shit. So it's like, will he go into Chicago? I mean, they already kind of did it with LA a little
Yeah.
bit during
Yeah.
those protests. So I mean, there's no end to that in sight. So I mean, the resistance is spotty, but people are out there. There's that who threw the subway, that hoagie. Somebody threw a hoagie at the federal agent. Did you see that
Oh, I
one?
didn't see that.
Some guy, there's a video of like this drunk dude in DC, and he's screaming, calling them fascists, getting in their face,
Right.
whatever. And then he throws a what I would call a hoagie, being from Pennsylvania,
Right.
but a Subway sandwich,
Yeah.
hits the cops, and then runs away, and they start chasing him. But then I saw a headline that dude worked for the DOJ because most people in DC, it's like
I
LA, or
guess. Yeah.
it's like you're in the industry if you work there. So this guy was a DOJ employee who had just had enough and threw a hoagie at
Wow.
a
Yeah.
federal agent. Yeah.
Well, you bring up LA. I cannot imagine I joined the Marine Corps for, whatever reason I believe in. I was in the Army, and then I got to fight my own. I don't know what I would do. I'd like to think.
I know. Well, I think honestly, I think that's a very big part of a lot of these people say, being like, this is not what we were obviously
Yeah.
signing up for. And then there's all that like, we've all seen the great 80s procedurals where it's like in come the feds, and then the local cops are like, okay, cowboys, we don't need your bullshit.
Right.
Like there's no way there's good communication going on. I mean, it's a mess. It's an absolute
Right.
mess with that. And I think, yeah, when you went, you're like, I joined this to, bomb brown
Right.
people way across the country,
Yeah. Like, let's
or
say
across the world, not to be
s-
here.
you send me to Afghanistan. Let's say I don't agree. I could easily tell myself I don't know the nuance,
That's right.
but I know what's going on in LA, and
Yes.
this is fucking
And this ain't it.
insane.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I think it's only going to get. And then you have a couple these like the level of ICE agents. I mean, the great Dean Cain aside,
Yes. Sure.
the ICE agents are the people joining that too. It's like just masked marauders who are like, I won't be doxxed, and it's like, no, you're being paid publicly. Like this is not you're
Right.
not the masked heroes that you believe you are. So it's like, no, I think you shouldn't have to show your face. And it's like this weird recruiting
Yeah.
drive where I saw a lot of old people are pissed that there's an age cap. And people are like, I want to join the fight and get in ICE.
Oh,
Why are you not letting me? And you're like, well, you're 77 years old.
right. What are you
Yeah,
gonna
you're
do?
unwell, health, physically and mentally. So I think you should probably not just get a gun and a badge and go out in the streets and crack skulls.
I was saying the other day, like, picture you're being arrested by ICE, and you're like, is that Dean Cain?
Is that the
And he's
the
like, you know
fattest
what?
Superman, the
It
fattest
was,
Superman I've ever seen?
it was a good day. I was recognized. Well, you saw the Superman movie. Superman is a full blown idiot. Maybe Dean Cain maybe he fit as a great Superman. Did you see that they're putting clips from his Lois and Clark TV show where him reading the lines of Superman is like, yeah, I guess technically I'm an alien, but I shouldn't have to register because it's like, you don't
Ah,
remember those lines you had to fucking study? There is,
yes.
without exaggeration, in this TV show, a a fictional politician that's like, and we're gonna make America great again, obviously being right wing. And he looks at Lois, he's like, make America great again? You mean like slavery? I'm like, motherfucker, where'd you go?
Where'd you go, Dino? Where'd
That's
you
just
go?
Hollywood, though. So it's
Yeah,
not
right.
real. I really can't fly,
I
and I
didn't
want to
believe the
kill.
words. Yeah, yeah.
Right.
It's like, bro, also from the red carpets, everything going on, you thought you were Superman walking around at that time. You were on top of the
Yes.
world in the 90s.
Yeah.
You were Superman in your own mind. You know it.
Do you find seeing the movie? First of all, how do you like the movie Superman, the new
Well,
one?
here's what I would say. I watched, not preface all of this because I know there's a lot of intense fans
Sure.
of the comic book and of the Marvel universe and whatever DC.
And you'd hate them to type at you. Yes.
Yes. So I'm always going to have to and it's coming. It is what it is. But I'll just say from someone, and one of my dear friends is a huge comic book nerd. Anytime something comes up, I always ask him about it. But it's interesting from the perspective of just watching a movie. I watched the original Superman,
Sure.
Christopher Reeve, and it was the dumbest fucking movie. And I know people love it, but just from a plot standpoint, here's why Superman I don't really care for as a character. Now, I also know this went against everything, apparently, but the spinning of the earth to reverse, then the stakes are nothing for anything. If he was able
Right.
to turn back time,
It's really hard. It takes a lot out of them. I can't
it
do
kind
this
of,
all the time, people.
yes. Like, well, okay, so it tires him out. All right, that's reasonable. So only when it really matters, like when it's this girl I want to fuck is in trouble.
Imagine he's dating somebody, and she's like, God, I have cold sweats. I'm throwing up. I ate something bad, and I've never been sicker in my life. Hey, Soups, you think you can?
Can you do a little,
And I
little
won't. And I won't eat the cod from the diner. What do you? Can you just no?
yeah,
Really?
no,
Because you did it for Lois.
yeah, you did it for love.
Interesting. But you say you love me more, but you okay.
Yeah. No,
Interesting.
I think that would probably be, yeah, there'd be a lot of that going on. So I get why that is now just retcon or however they
Right.
say that's gone. So he can't do that, obviously.
Hey Lois, I put my glasses on the dog. Where'd our dog go? Whose dog is this, Lois? You fucking idiot. Anyways, why are we
Yeah.
arguing when you don't know who the fuck I am with
Who,
glasses?
who I am in, yeah. I would struggle to, I mean, it makes sense why he probably looks at humans on this like lower level to some
Right.
degree. He's like, they don't know glasses. They don't understand how glasses.
Right. Why does he keep trying to? Right. His character is always like trying to make America better and more pure. It's like, no, we're idiots. We don't know who you are because you didn't put the curl down.
Yes. And you were so confident in that you start interviewing yourself. Like
Right.
you bring Clark Kent and Superman way closer than they ever
Right.
could be. To
Right.
be like, wait a minute, you're getting these breaking stories. It's just you, and then you kind of look at the two side by side. Like, I mean, with social media, there's no way those memes aren't going around. Like,
Even right. All these algorithms on your phone, like, who do you look like? Hey,
yeah,
honey, I want to play a little game with you. No, no, no. I hate those.
no,
They steal your data.
yeah. No face scans for me, please.
Even
Yeah, no,
Spider-Man and Peter Parker's like, this guy's too much.
yeah. No, he's an outrageous character, Superman. So that said, I thought this was maybe a more fun like Superman movie
Right.
than the older ones. I think they had some like humor in them too, but the other new I don't remember which ones they are. So, but there's Man of Steel. There were two reboots, like
Yeah.
in the aughts, right? Like before this one,
It-
or the '90s aughts, whatever.
yeah.
There were
What'd you
two.
think of those?
I didn't care for those at all. Those were
Right.
seemed too a little bit. Again, this one I think had a little more fun with it because I'm like, don't get too serious about Superman.
Right.
It's a grown ass man, like we just said, who we know it's these two guys. He's wearing tights. It seems like the original idea for what a superhero would be that a 10-year-old might come up
Right.
with is like Superman, and you're just like, oh yeah, he's completely perfect in every way except this one kryptonite thing. I bet that'll come into play every now and again. Love the
I like to think then the designers said, all right, let's make him really stupid. And I'll get to that. Do you think
yeah, dumb, yeah.
these problem at all is that I do? I'm thinking of Superman, Batman, they keep changing the character. And other than Christian Bale, they would change the character because the movie didn't do good. But Rolling Stones in the beginning had some pretty bad fucking albums. They did another one and
Yeah.
another. So just keep Ben
They didn't get a
Affleck.
different front man. They didn't kick Mick
Right.
out and yeah, start having someone else try to do that cock walk.
Yeah. So Superman, just give the same handsome guy another script and keep it moving.
Yeah, keep the consistency of character. That makes sense because Superman's motivations as well, which I think that they did come through at least in this movie. And again, I like that they had to acknowledge where it's like, however they want to mask it with Gaza, with the plot line.
Right.
Again, it goes back to the Lois thing where I'm like, so if Superman is turning the world back while children are starving
Right.
and being bombed and everything else, it's like, why would he cares more about Lois than fuck Superman? Like at that point, how are
Right.
you even rooting for this guy if he's not intervening? So I like that they kind of were like, well, we got to have him intervene in some way, and
Right.
they made Musk and the government the kind of the combination of billionaires owning the government. I mean, it was all in there, even if it was a little light. It's a
Sure.
fucking superhero movie, so of course they're not gonna do
Right.
too much teeth. But like I thought it had at least something to say.
They should have had Dean Cain like on the TV in the movie and just real quick like Pa Kent is like, what an asshole. Anyway,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
fuck
make
this
some
guy.
eggs.
Fuck TV Superman. We're talking a movie Superman now.
Let's go milk some cows. This is making me fucking sick. Yeah, he does seem like a full-blown idiot to me because when you saw this movie, you notice he keeps forgetting to use his powers.
Yes.
Like he forgets he's got the fucking eye lasers. Never mind the bad Superman in this movie, and all these superhero movies have the bad version of somebody.
Sure.
Is eye lasering Superman's eyes. That's why his eyes are red in the promos.
Yeah.
Doesn't that remind you have that
You
too?
have that, but this guy is a genetic clone
Yes.
of you. So he presumably has all the same powers. No, the powers. It also, yeah,
And
that's
breath and your breath between never mind flying. Between eyes and the breath, that could solve every fucking thing.
pretty much anything. You don't need the fucking hawk girl running around out.
Right.
Like you can do it all with the breath and the eyes.
Right.
You don't need you don't need Green Lantern. You don't need that crew. It felt like it was also 3 movies at the end of the day. Like it felt too jam. I'm like, just give us
Right.
the story with the he intervened and now the US and there's like the Luthor as Musk character or whatever. Give us that. That's a movie. That's enough for a movie. We don't also need genetic clone Superman and element person with his baby that he was trying to get back in the prison, the other world, and then the tear in the universe tear that go. I'm like, this is just too much. You're gonna make another one of these fucking things. Save something. Don't just overstuff me.
Right.
Save some dessert for Christ's sake.
I do picture, by the way, the spinning the world and going back in time. I do picture Lois is like, oh, and can you have the Palestinians just make sure they don't go into Israel because later Israel's going to get a little fucking nuts. It's like, Lois, yes. I just came back from there for the 5th fucking time. Can you make a grocery list first? Where would you like me to go back to? Oh, this is embarrassing. I forgot to pick up laundry. And they gave it to the homeless. Lois! Think how far back you want. Oh, God, she wasn't born yet. Oh, boy. Great. Yeah, I think he's so stupid. Super. Like, so Lex Luthor is a fucking genius.
Yes.
Right? And he has every contingency plan to catch Superman in every possible way, no matter whatever Superman does. Somehow Superman.
The AI, right? Wasn't that part of it to like game plan out? I know his every move. Was
yes.
Kind of yeah.
So anyway, Superman's somehow able to beat him. Okay. Good. Then he's at his lair, at Lex Luthor's lair, with a bunch of Lex Luthor's henchmen around him, mostly science nerds. And he starts giving Lex Luthor a fucking speech about being a decent person. Yeah, life is hard, but we all do our best and blah, blah. Why wouldn't you think there's kryptonite in the vents, you fucking idiot?
Yes. This could be anywhere now. He's had the element man, whatever the hell that guy is.
Right.
He had him make presumably enough kryptonite to be able to store shit. Yeah. This entire structure is just made, you should assume is made of kryptonite. No, and meanwhile he's giving him a speech. I'm like, you're talking to a sociopath here. You think he gives a fuck about your little well, we could use this for good, Lex.
Oh, okay.
The fuck past that.
Yeah, I was thinking about killing you and everybody you loved.
What's so funny is one of the things I was most charmed in that movie, which turned out to also not be true. It was a different actor. I thought maybe it was overwhelmed by the IMAX of it all. It was my first IMAX experience, but I thought that the parents were Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga. I thought James Gunn did a fun little with the holograms. I was like, oh, it's a little
Oh, I see.
that Shallows, whatever that movie it was with the two
Yeah,
of them. I'm
yeah.
like, that's a fun nod. James Gunn likes his pop culture references. And then afterwards, I realized, oh no, it was the woman from Westworld who played one of the like it was
Okay.
not Lady Gaga, it was
Right.
Cooper. For some reason, I saw what I wanted to see.
How'd you
Uh,
like IMAX for the first time?
I mean, it's pretty great for what it is. It's an expensive. I don't need the whole like what is it 4D. I don't need hot air blowing in my face and
Here's my 4D story.
like
I
shit
only
air
I
shit.
went there once. The chairs shake and shit. I went there once and it's for this Black Widow, Scarlett Johansson
Okay. Uh-huh.
movie. And I sit in the chair and man, I don't know who programs it for when the chair shakes and doesn't shake. But there's a duffel bag of weapons. She unzips the duffel bag, and my chair shakes. And I'm like, "Am I the duffel bag?"
Yeah. What perspective? Yeah, it should be like a little zipper hole you're seeing through, like in the. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's a strange. It made me think like like back in the day when they would do like the live organist at like it
Yes.
should have to be someone sitting in the back of the theater who can like
Right.
read the room a little and
Right.
take
Right.
that chair. It shouldn't be this. Yeah, and if you're gonna pre-program it, like don't put it on the zip.
I'm
That's a
driving
very
fast on the highway, and the water splashes in my face. I'm like, "Where?"
where I have there's no windshield now. What's going on? Yeah, this is this, and then if that's the experience, then you're like, fuck. I hope something real doesn't happen here, like a big moment, because I might get shot out of this chair.
That's right.
Zippers are. It's like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
People would say like when you see Superman, the strongest thing in the fucking world, right? But he'll lift a school bus, and be like, "Ugh!" And people are like, "Well, that's fucking stupid." But you know what? I think it makes sense. I think he's so fucking stupid. He forgets how strong he is all the time. Like,
Yeah, so
this
he
has
only
got to be
uses
heavy.
like
Whoa, wasn't that fucking heavy?
yes, he only uses enough moment by moment. He only uses enough of his strength needed to do the thing. So he's always kind of struggling. He's not just like, oh yeah, I could do this with the tip of my penis. Like I could lift this
Right.
thing. It doesn't. I don't need to exert myself here.
I did love. Do you watch? Uh, fuck. Who's the John Cena character? The
Oh, Peacemaker.
Peacemaker. Do you watch the
I
TV
do
show?
not, but I want to because that other James got the second Suicide Squad movie. I loved that movie. I thought that was as a non-comic
Right.
person, I didn't totally even know who everyone was because they're
Right.
doing a lot of the deeper cuts, especially in that opening scene where everyone dies, which is fucking great. It was a fun movie. But yeah, I want to watch Peacemaker because I liked that character a
He was
lot.
the best part of Superman. Do you remember? There's a
Yes,
five
yes,
second cameo,
little
and
cameo.
he's
Yep,
on the
yep.
news. Everybody's
Oh
seen
yeah,
it by now.
calling him out for being
Yeah, and he goes,
yeah.
he doesn't get things done. I kill people. He's jealous of my muscles. I get things done.
Yes, yes. Oh yeah, that's the other big thing. Superman just refuses to kill anyone. And they don't
Yeah,
speak to the destruction of the entire like just structurally. Forget if
right.
anyone died or not. But yeah, that's New York is toast in that movie.
Well, he's such an asshole, this Superman, too. Maybe it's just because he's so fucking stupid. But there is a rip in the whole fucking world being separated. Then, somehow, somebody is smart enough to bring it all back
Bring
together.
it back
And he
together.
looks
Yeah.
at it's supposed to be like a cute end of movie thing where he looks at the building and goes, "Hey, Mr. T face. Uh, you didn't put it back together perfect, right?" And he's like, "What, Superman? Yeah, what?"
What? How do you yeah, you don't understand the basic structures. Yeah, the basic yeah, like how the integrity of this building. Like, yeah, put it back together. You're like, bro, then just fly around the earth if you want this thing
Right.
back together perfectly the way it was.
I don't
Spin
know how Ant-Man turns a building into the size of an ant and then carries it around and puts it back and there's no plumbing problems. But this is even more
yeah.
nitpicky. This is
Superman feels like you need so much suspension of disbelief to give a shit at all because
right,
he's Superman. It's like it's too simplified. There
right.
is no real gray area. And this one they tried to do, I guess, the parent. What was the thing? His Krypton parents were kind of being like, "You're a god among these people," whereas then
Right.
his Kansas parents humbled him. So he thought that
Yeah.
message because then at the end he's like, "I'm gonna sit and listen to my parents' message," and it's the Kansas parents
Right. Right.
thing. So I guess that's like something. But the rest of these Superman movies and this character forever to me is just too damn corny. I don't know. I'm
Did
a, I'm a grown ass man.
sure. Right. I'm a grown ass man.
I'm
Did you
sorry. I rarely say that, but I have to say that in Superman.
Right. Look, I'm Superman. I'm
Yeah,
grown.
I'm fucking grown, Superman. Get out of here.
Did you see like the backlash that was coming even before the movie came out from the right being like, I hear that this has something to do with the aliens and it's probably woke Hollywood and I don't need my Superman being
Yeah.
motherfucker no grown ass adult.
Yep, yep, yes. Well, you're also like, so I know, so fine, you're going to this movie, you're rooting for Lex Luthor. You're rooting for the
Right.
sociopathic billionaire who's trying to just take over the world. Okay, fine. That's who you're rooting for. Then you have that. This movie, that part of this movie's for you. Then you can love on Lex the whole movie.
I remember like New York City, let's say there'd be a bomb scare. For the next 2 weeks, you see, like military with an AK, whatever the fuck, and with their rifles and just like standing by subway stops and whatever. That was unnerving. Then at a certain time, not even 2 weeks maybe, you kind of get used to it. And I'm afraid that's what's going to happen. I'm afraid that's what's happening in DC already. You have
Yeah,
personal,
normalizing it.
right, armored personal characters are next to the Washington Monument. No, that's not normal.
Yes.
DC National Guard troops posted near the mall. Border Patrol and ICE agents are at like Union Station there in DC. Know that's unnerving and not
Yeah,
normal. And know that crime isn't going up in DC. Know that if anything, it's lower. And I don't mean if anything, it is
it is.
lower.
Yeah. I mean,
So
that's just
this is
data.
a bullshit excuse. We have to stop crime. How about that fucking insurrection? Because it's I don't think I'm exaggerating when I say I'm expecting a coup and now you're in charge of the cops.
Yeah. No, I think it's a funny, and it's also like, some consistency would at least just be nice, if anything. You want to abolish the FBI, which so do I, but probably for different reasons. Not because they called out, investigated Donald Trump for some reason. I think that like your hatred of authority, except when it's like the most aggressive, like what the hell happened to all these small government people? Like, what the fucking opposite of small government is the
Right.
military coming into your city and taking it over. Like that's the biggest government imaginable. So it's it is
Yeah.
very weird that you hear, and some of the
You wanted the
there,
Second Amendment, supposedly. They
right,
wanted the
right,
Second Amendment so they could protect themselves against the government
from
as if
this
you're
scenario. Yes,
right. But now you're voting in and encouraging this scenario.
that's right. Yeah, but I agree with you that to normalize it, to just go back to that is I do think I don't want to fall into the trap either of saying everything is a distraction, because it does definitely serve two purposes. So while it is true that, yeah, rip it, the big beautiful bill, taking all the
Right.
Medicare, Medicaid from people, all that, pulling all those resources from people who voted for you, doing none of the material things, which this is also both parties. They just do it in different
Sure.
ways. But dealing with the more culture war stuff, dealing with the more superficial elements, the rhetoric sometimes with Trump is more just like he's saying some ridiculous shit. Oh, I'm going to get this executive order that does this. And like all those things aside, this still is happening and is a, very authoritarian and very terrible direction to go. And so while it might serve for the, as a distraction to the Epstein files and to taking away people's medicine and everything else, to not dealing with any of the material conditions of the people who are desperate to vote for you again, which, not to let anyone off the hook for voting for any of these clowns, but it is like, from where it came from, your fake populist rhetoric is now clearly long gone. Like, you just bought and paid for. All the policies are for the billionaires that own you. So it's like that's very clear to everyone now. So it's kind of like the distraction stuff. Yeah, it's a distraction, but it still is fucked. So it's not like we should just dismiss it as a distraction and move on. It's like,
Of course.
these have real world implications that are getting pretty dicey pretty quick.
DC's Mayor Muriel Bowser described Trump's efforts as an authoritarian push, agreed, and issued a warning to other cities if he can get. First of all, what are you going to do, though, with the warning? Hey, other cities, watch out. Not unless you're saying to the civilians, start fucking voting.
That's
and
right.
don't think that your city's blue enough. Make it overwhelmingly clear you're not putting up with this bullshit. There's your protest if you're a pussy. You know what I mean? You don't got to go out in the streets. Go into the fucking church. Go into the building. I mean, go into the school and vote. But LA couldn't do anything about it. DC can't do anything about it. What's the fucking warning to a mayor of Chicago? It's going to be done or not. Trump's going to say it. The higher ups in the military are going to say it. They're going to do it.
There isn't voting, like, where it's past that point too. Is it's like, yeah, I think it's a sustained push of like, yeah, an organized effort that is, because this idea of like hashtag resistance stuff, taking to the streets and doing whatever we saw kind of, in 2020 in the summer then. the largest protest movements of my life, harkening back to the civil rights in the 60s, like protests, sustained for months and months, people in the streets and everything. There's no, like, if anything, people, oh, this is what I love too, is everyone, oh, they defunded the police and this is what happens and the crime goes up. First of all, like you said, that's not true.
True.
Crime's not going up, and no one defunded the police. If anything, the police were refunded and funded some more. Like,
Right.
no one's police departments have disappeared. None of that is real. So it's like funny that big push happened, and it's like people were like, all right, we protested for a long time, and there's still people. It's not even in the news. It doesn't even make the news. Is the 24-hour cycle now is so absurd, which this is by design, of course, but that
Right.
now, like, unarmed black people getting shot is not even making the news. Now.
Right.
It doesn't even make it in. So I think the protest stuff, yes, but like you just said, the vote, this idea of like, oh, voting for, I mean, no one voted for this. I think we're past the point of
Right.
it mattering what you like voted for. I think it has to be resistance by the leaders, but in a meaningful way, not in like I'm going to issue a warning.
Right.
Don't you come here. It's like, well, that's worth a dog's dick at this point. No one cares about your
I
warning.
don't like that saying. This is DC's mayor. If he can get away with it in LA, he can. If he can get away with it in DC, he can get away with it in New York or Baltimore, or Chicago, or any other place where millions of people live, work, and are doing everything the right way. Baltimore's mayor says, I think it's very notable that each and every one of the cities called out by the president for being so violent and needs federally controlled has a black mayor. And most of those cities are seeing historic lows in violent crime. In my city, in Baltimore, we have the fewest amount of homicides to this date on record. That's 50 years, a 50-year low. And then you have the Smithsonian museums. The Trump administration is having a, quote, comprehensive review on the materials in the Smithsonian museums to get rid of anything that's divisive.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think that means, guys?
Yep. No, all the pieces are in place where some of this stuff can seem, this was plotted out this time. In the first go around, I could see there was a lot of chaos for chaos sake and whatever else. But now it does feel like, the steps of, museums being like, just the record. It's like maybe I was giving the wrong advice to my folks when I was like, hey, rewrite history in the moment. I mean, Trump got that memo.
You're right, right.
He ain't waiting till down the road. It's like, no, we need to, while this is happening in real time, craft this narrative and erase old histories that are in any way
it really is
against the narrative.
The Trump administration sent a letter to the Smithsonian Institution on Tuesday requesting a comprehensive internal review of 8 of its museums with the aim of bringing the organization in line with President Trump's cultural directives ahead of the country's 250th anniversary celebrations. Yeah, let's get it right before let's change this shit up.
Yes.
The letter had ketchup smears on it, but it was easy to read. It said, this initiative aims to ensure alignment with the president's directive to celebrate American exceptionalism, remove divisive or partisan narratives, and restore confidence in our shared cultural institution. The White House said it plans to conduct the process in stages. Among the 8 museums included in the first phase are the National Museum of American History, the National Museum of Natural History, the National Museum of African American History. Oh, he saw that. He's like, oh, no.
No.
I think we got ourselves a parking lot.
Yes.
The National Museum of African American History and Culture, the National Museum of the American Indian. Oh, goodbye.
No, he's turning that into a fucking McDonald's.
Yeah,
goodbye. So he can a 24-hour McDonald's that he can just pound his fish fillets on that.
His head's spinning. He looks around like, what do I change in an Indian museum? He's gonna look like a bobblehead looking around. I'll burn it.
Burn it. Yes. No, I mean, those are that's the playbook. That's the stuff that kind of was laid out to be like in this second term. Right. It's like it's this being surrounded by a mix of cartoon characters and like, talking heads from whatever, Kash Patel, Bongino, whoever the Fox News hosts, and Dr. Oz is fucking in there, like RFK Jr. It's a clown car just emptying for a lot of them. But then again, that's a kind of somewhat of a distraction against your Stephen Millers, your Bannons,
Yeah.
the people who kind of, and other Project 2025 people, the people who actually are like, oh no, while the clown circus goes on, we
Right.
actually now know here's the agenda that we can push, and it's this kind of fucking shit. It's
Yeah.
like the absolute like just ghouls, like the Stephen Miller type ghouls who are coming out of the woodwork to be like,
The worst. And they're people, and civilians act like they're fucking people. The Indian Museum, it's gonna be nothing but John Wayne movies.
it'll be all John Wayne all the time. Wasn't it? Who was the? Wasn't he the one who came out when Brando sent that woman to accept at the Oscars? Wasn't there a story that like John Wayne was backstage literally trying to beat that woman up? Wasn't that a thing?
I don't
Like John
remember.
Wayne was furious that she came and talked about.
It is familiar, but I do know like somebody gave a speech one year, a different. This is different,
Yeah.
but about hey, let's respect this culture, the land we're on, or whatever.
Mhm.
And Clint Eastwood came out and did said something snarky.
Yelled at a chair. Yeah.
Yeah,
He got real snippy with a chair.
he was an asshole.
No, you're right. He was pissed off about that. But I think John Wayne just slipped into like he was like, no, I'm in a movie. I'm in a movie right now. What I
Right.
do, beat up.
What are you here for?
What I
Where's
do.
my where's my gun?
Yeah, who do I shoot here?
Just good. They could be hiding the bow and arrow. So yes, I think Trump is upset. Where's the White Museum? Other museums are the National Air and Space Museum. Well, there's the White Museum. There you go.
There's a nice white museum.
The Smithsonian American Art Museum, the National Portrait Gallery. Yeah, well, there's going to be some portraits missing.
Yes.
When you go out of your way, Pete Hegseth, like we don't have bigger fucking problems to take names off of boats, like the USS whatever the fuck, Rosa Parks. Like,
Rosa Parks,
no,
right.
that's no good. Like,
Yeah.
really, that's not a fucking point
Yeah.
you're really trying to make.
I know. No, clearly. I mean, yeah, you're either the pettiest bitch on the in the world, or it's like, yeah, you're very specifically trying. Also, this
Either way, you're racist.
Either way, you're racist. Yeah, there's no way around. And also, just own that. Like, join the Nick Fuenteses of the world. Like, you are beyond alt right. Like, just own that. Like,
Right.
there's people out there willing to now just. People say, "Oh, they're emboldened." I'm like, "Good." Like, that's another part. Good. Let's out everybody so we see this under the light, because it used to be the dance of doing, oh, I'm kind of saying the thing but not saying the thing.
Right.
I'm like, the dog whistles have been thrown in the trash.
Yeah.
So just like, these are the people who are empowering you. These are the people who are applauding your efforts here. So there is no hiding behind anything anymore. It's like, no,
Right.
these are racist. You want to build a white museum, again, forget even the thing of like, there's plenty of fucking white museums out there,
Sure.
most of them. But even if not, then why destroy? Then build a fucking white museum. Then have a museum that's all about the whites you like.
Make it taller.
But to shit, make it a little taller than the Native American.
Put an antenna on it.
Yeah, put a nice,
Even if it doesn't
nice white dildo antenna on it that pokes to the heavens.
And finally, the Hirschhorn Museum and Sculpture Garden. I don't think that's real. The process will include an analysis of everything from exhibition texts and social media content to the cultural process and exhibition planning. They will replace divisive or ideologically driven language with unifying and constructive descriptions. How about we all got along? Remember that picture when we were kids of the first Thanksgiving? How about more of that?
Yes.
Well, we got to get everybody riled up.
Everybody's got to be riled up at all times. It's also like, because these levels, like the amount of executive orders that flew from the beginning and the amount of these kind of things that are in the news every other day where they're doing just the most, it's like, what you immediately like did not address any of the, like, people are like, can't afford a fucking house, car payment, medicine, like everything is a struggle. Right. We've just seen the wealth gap just blow the fucking roof off this place, and now we're coming out and talking about a horticulture garden, or what was it, a sculpture garden, whatever.
Right.
It's like, these are the priorities. It's like, yeah, you're a fucking racist pig doing a two-step now, who's just not acknowledging any of the stuff that people were on board with. And it's sad to watch some of the people, because my family, I went home took a trip in the summer, and it's like some of the shit that people, there's the delusional crowd that just, they can't even sell it anymore, to be honest.
Right. Good.
The talking heads that are out there that have to, go on and take up all the air in the room. But the actual people, first go around, they were still able to sell it. Even the election stolen. These are election deniers. Some people in my family from 2020. That was a whole narrative forever. They've now like they can barely muster the energy to be like, yeah, well, I guess trans people can't use any bathrooms anywhere anymore. Like
Right.
they're not even excited. I think they realize what has taken place here, and it's like they can't even rah rah like the way they used to. I think we've
Okay.
reached the level when he doesn't need him anymore, so it doesn't matter. But
Right. At least one Smithsonian museum has already made moves to correct. Oh, this. I was thinking this. I saw this joke, by the way, about Superman. It was about Dean Cain and Dean Cain being Superman. And it's like Zod goes, kneel before Zod. And Dean Cain goes, you didn't even have to ask.
you
At
just
least one
send him
Smithsonian
that
mu-
knee.
At least one Smithsonian museum has already made moves to correct public-facing content. Earlier this month, the National Museum of American History removed references to Trump's two first-term impeachments from an exhibit following a review.
I mean, again,
Obviously, you have the other any other president's impeachments there. Then that's
right?
history, and it means something.
Yes, yes. No, all the impeachments must go.
Right.
No, the rewriting of all that is also like, yeah. I mean, what else at this point other than ego and legacy are we dealing with here?
Mm-hmm.
A very like getting into the weeds too. Like at this point, getting into the weeds where it's just, yeah, it's a little bit like what. Why is this like? How is this any priority of anyone? It's all clearly, and this a prosecution of Obama. Like now we're getting back into like relitigating these old. I mean, it's all the
Well, he
vendetta.
doesn't know what's going to take until finally it's like now you have to take over DC police. Like well,
Yes,
that might take.
and he's using all the pressure levers, which this always goes back to, and it feels like there's very even little space for this. But I will always say it's funny that like for the longest time when Democrats wouldn't deliver on things because of their corporate ownership structure
Right.
and whatever moneyed interest they didn't want to like give medicine or housing, any of the things that they don't really deliver on was always it's a congressional thing. Then you're like, these executive orders were just flying off the like. If you're gonna go off the rails and just not give a shit about the whatever the status quo was, it's
Right.
like no one was willing to do that in a direction that actually helps people. It's now just bullying. It's used as to be a bully, but it's not used to ever deliver for anyone for any on any of this shit. It's like
I
it's very
feel,
hard to watch.
do you think now like the Archie Bunker chairs in the Smithsonian, but they have to put a plaque that he had great ideas?
Yeah,
This was the
yeah.
thinking man's chair.
That's right. We'll start seeing super cuts of All in the Family where Archie's like
Meathead
nonsense
idiot.
was he was ahead of his time, that Archie Bunker.
The daughter, they just show her keep crying and like I'm a dork.
Yeah, Meathead just gets a wedgie.
They only show Edith when it's like I love you, Archie.
Oh, Archie, you're such a genius, Archie.
So right, they have AI change everything she said. Like I
Yes.
do agree, Arch. Trump's March executive order restoring truth and sanity to American history directly criticized the Smithsonian for coming under the influence of a divisive, race-centered ideology. First of all, they're science and history nerds. They're
You-
real careful about the fucking facts to the point that you kind of got to be like, no, just be clear who the asshole is. Like, yeah, but I got to show both sides. Like, no, it's kind of confusing the way you're doing it. They can't help themselves.
That's right.
Their brain makes them
They are.
fucking.
They're the ones who don't pop off. The rest of us are
Right.
just popping off like fucking crazy. Like they're the opposite of that. So it's very funny
Right.
to attack them and be like, no, I mean, yeah, just say it. You're kind of at this point saying the quiet part out loud where it's like, no, just change all that diligence you did to just have this narrative.
Yeah.
We'll
The
pull
Smithsonian is coming under the influence of divisive race-centered ideology and for promoting the narratives that portray American and Western values as inherently harmful and oppressive. Slavery,
Show me.
slaughtering, raping, of genocide.
Mhm.
Yeah, you're making me sound a little harmful and oppressive.
Yes,
I'm not saying you did it, the museum goer.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. Why is that? Well, that's the thing where it's like, why are you triggered by that immediately?
Right.
Why are you triggered by this truth to be like, oh, yeah, no one is suggesting that nor is anyone losing anything. Like this is historical record in a way that again, doesn't even like, it doesn't suit anyone other than them. Like
Right.
in this administration, this does not help. Like these people pretending like these are small victories. It's like the same thing with pulling the funding from all the, which Ivy League universities. Yeah, not not my people for sure, but the kind of thing that's very clear you're bullying people and taking funding away because kids were protesting on your campuses. It's like whatever that is, this idea of we're getting canceled, everyone's canceled. I'm like, now you're legitimately doing ways of leaning on people from cultural institutions, from government funding, from all that kind of stuff, which wasn't just like, oh, somebody said something, a comedian said a thing or a public figure said a thing and got some shit on social media for it. That was
Right.
like the end of the world. When everyone got feedback on their material, that
Yes.
was the end of the
Yeah.
world. That was, my God, I'm being canceled. This is literally like, no, speech is being shut down
Right.
in a very meaningful way, not just somebody, trying to hashtag you on Twitter.
You should start handing out pamphlets of some kind to your students, to your bus customers.
Yes, to get my bus
Yeah,
customers.
don't forget to tell your parents that
Yep. We
this
we got to we
September.
got to yeah, on the grassroots. So we got to go back to that because it is on a large level. We're seeing like, I mean, it's unrelenting, man. It's like on the day. I don't even know how when you're digging up headlines and stuff. It's like God bless you because it's hard to keep up at this point.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't even there's so much shit going on. I couldn't even give my review on Happy Gilmore 2.
Oh my! One word for me. I was here for it. I mean, what else do you want from it? If you want anything else out of Happy Gilmore 2 that you didn't get, I don't know
Right.
what to tell you.
I legit got nervous though because I did love him and I don't think it was just I was younger. I was old enough. I was in my 20s.
Same. Yep. Yep.
Happy Gilmore, of course. My favorite was Billy Madison. I thought it was
Mhm.
fucking fantastic. And now I can't last 10 minutes. The ridiculous six, the whatever comes straight to
Oh
TV
God.
that
Yeah.
he does. I'm like,
Yep.
there's no way it's the same dude, right? So I did get nervous about Happy Gilmore too. I was pleasantly surprised, and I wonder if it's because my expectations were so low. And I'm normally not that guy. Like I'll review a movie and people would go like, "What was your headspace when you walked into the movie theater?" I'm like, show me a movie.
Yes.
But I do wonder if this time it affected me. But I loved the first hour. You saw it?
Yes. Yes.
I love the first hour when this one character dies right away. I'm like, oh my God, this is a fucking movie.
Yes, I loved that too. That choice, I was
Yeah.
completely unexpected. I went in knowing nothing, so I
Right.
saw that and I was like, "Oh, this is fun. This is a fun
Yeah.
way to kick this off."
I was legit laughing the first hour. Then, ironically, during the golf scenes, I was bored shitless. And then I remember the ending I liked. But why is it got to be 2 hours?
It was
An
long.
hour and a half? Do you not?
90 minutes, get us in, get us out.
The Naked Gun is brilliant, the new movie.
I have not seen that, but I do want. Yeah,
Less than an hour and a half. They didn't
there you
push
go.
it.
Every I only remember these runtimes because of the VHSs I had when they would just literally say right on the sticker on the VHS how
Yeah.
long my fit 88 minutes.
Oh, heaven.
Used to see 88 an 88-minute film and you'd go, we're in, we're out. Like the setup was flawless. You hit all, especially when they're gag reels like
Yeah.
this. Like you're just like, we don't need. What is this story here really? And without the spoilers, you started off with a huge swing, and then we're off to the races. We don't need this
Yeah.
to be some like drawn out 2 hour. I would agree with that. We Sandman could have trimmed 30 minutes off that. Give us a throw.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it's not Citizen Kane. The Here's some reviews that I saw. This person's name is Massive Beers, and he says, genuinely blown away. Happy Gilmore 2 didn't suck. Kind of sort of more than liked it. That's a good review.
I think that's an honest review. I'm pretty. That's pretty close to what I would say.
After that, Raider Gal, like I have to get it right. PR Raider Gal rates, yay, thank you. I sort of want to check it out.
Wait, is that a review for the trailer? What was?
I think that's a review. Like I heard about it, but you know what?
Yeah.
You make me sort of kind of wanna.
I sort of kind of want to. I mean, look, in this current landscape with how much, how many, it's hard to break through. If you have a project coming out, and if someone says, I kind of sort of maybe want to check that out, then your marketing department has done wonders because
Can you imagine though? Like Adam Sandler has a screening, he shows up for a Q&A after, as if it's that fucking deep, and then but it's the end, and everybody's reaction is, "Huh? Okay,
yeah,
okay."
that kind of like, yeah, out of off rhythm questionable slap is basically how that review. Huh, well, that happened. All right. Little
There is
long.
ice at the end of Fantastic Four. The person next to me started clapping, and then it gets other people to clap, like people landing a plane, which should be an insult to the pilot, but okay.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, these days,
so right, yeah. These days, standing
these days you're
ovation.
kind of like, yay, the doors didn't blow off and we hit the runway. Fantastic.
So she claps, and then you stay through the credits in these superhero movies, of course. And then I hear somebody go, "How'd you like it?" to the clapper, knowing she's going to go great, and she goes, "It was okay. I fell asleep. I woke up when they came back from the other planet." I'm like, that's this bullshit online that you don't even believe in your own fucking reviews. You started a clap
You started
and
clapping.
you fell asleep, and what you saw was okay. You egotistical fuck. Now it's but in your diary, rate that you started a clap.
It's about you. Yeah, yeah. No, you wanted to just be, you told yourself going in, no matter what happens on this screen, I am
Right.
starting the clap tonight.
Right.
I will be the one who gets that clap going.
She was at a movie theater once and she goes to put her hands together and then she hears, and she's like, "Get there! I was just gonna do it." Even worse. I was just thinking about it. I didn't, but I'm like, now it's gonna be good. Today's the day. It's my birthday. Fuck.
You've been like, wait, were you applaud? Like, yeah, if she fell asleep, she's applauding. Like, what about that scene where the thing just like destroyed a Native American sculpture museum or something? What did you think about that? Why were you applauding that?
It was the way it all worked out. And Schindler's List. She wakes up.
Yeah.
What are you clapping for? He could have saved more. I guess I get his point. There's in the top 10 of movies is a movie called Sketch. And it's from Angel Studios, and they normally do religious stuff. So I have to assume this is religious of some kind. But
Yes.
97% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's a comedy. And the description is when a young girl's sketchbook falls into a strange pond, her drawings come to life, chaotic, real, and on the loose. So I guess monsters come up. As the town descends into chaos, her family must reunite to stop the monsters they never meant to unleash. It's rated PG.
Mm-hmm.
Now you have a kid. Now again, only 3. But if those drawings came to life, I'd be fucking rated triple R, wouldn't it?
People are, yeah, no, that's a horrifying, yeah, that is a very scary.
My
Yeah,
ex's kid is drawing fucking Chucky.
yeah. Yeah, from a sketchbook. I mean, geez, yeah, you can imagine the kind of things that are coming to life there. So that seems terrifying. That's the thing. It's like I always say, I say this to my folks when we were home too. Well, me and Diane will be talking in front of our kid, and we talk to her like she's a person. Eventually, she'll realize on her own that sometimes you can't say fuck or shit in certain places, or you can, and you might get your teacher might be a little
Right.
mad. But we don't censor ourselves. I mean, it's language. It's all talking. So I'll say bullshit or something in front of my mom. Oh, my mom will be like, how? No, earmuffs. Earmuffs. How could you say that in front of her? But then my mother will tell a story, a graphic story about a colonoscopy, or like, this woman, her woman, they were on a boating accident and her daughter was beheaded and she's like, decapitated. She's like telling me all this shit, and I'm like, well, how is that not like?
Right.
Give me the radar, like some language here and there, a little shit, a fuck, whatever it is. It's like that's one thing, but you're telling like just the stuff of
Right.
nightmares. Of
And
real.
by the way, if anybody's listening thinking, are those on the same level, decapitation and colonoscopy? Yeah, when they don't warn you about the prep. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I
If
tell-
you're not prepared for that colonoscopy, it could be like, losing your head.
Did you get one done yet?
No, I have yet to. I do need.
It's not bad as long as you know you will be on the toilet literally all day.
So you got to clean. You got to do a full cleanse of the.
Do you have 2 bathrooms?
No, we got one.
Okay, so know
I
this
pissed
though.
in
that
the stationary tub in the basement.
that when they need the bathroom, they can come in and you can be in the shower and you're shitting water. That's
Dude,
okay
it's
too.
just gonna go. It's gonna go all day.
Yeah. So, but be ready. I asked my doctor. I go, so I'll be shitting all day again, and I deliberately curse with doctors because I think it makes me seem human, and now tell me the fucking truth.
Yes.
You know?
Great. Yep, I
Yeah.
agree.
I deliberately curse around handymen. Same reason. Like you tell me if this wall's fucked up or something.
Yes.
Be
yes.
honest. So anyway, I go to my doctor. I'm like, so I'll be shitting all day, and he goes, not really. I guess try to be around a bathroom if you could. Try. You have to be. Just know. Now that you know, it's fine. But I didn't know. I'm rubbing my asshole raw because I think I should wipe it, and the next 2 seconds later, I got
Not
to
even
go
worth
again.
a wipe. Yep.
Just sit there, and then every so often try to stand up so your legs don't go numb.
So yeah, he undersold that. That doctor undersold
Yeah. Yes.
to you. So yeah, at that point, maybe decapitation on a boat is
Yeah,
is,
it's
is
on
the better
level. It's
option.
on par. Witnessing that, it's
But yeah,
easier if it's your decapitation.
yeah, I think what was my point of that though? Yeah, selling saying saying
Curse. You were talking about cursing around the house and
yeah,
finding your
yeah,
kids'
like that
drawings.
exactly. That feel so the drawings, you're right. That could be go from like maybe it's rated PG because the drawings don't come alive and call somebody a cocksucker or something. So like but it's still like the drawings coming like yeah, kids are more they're more
Yeah.
on that level anyway. It's that kind of shit that scares them.
The
You know,
drawings come alive and they have the character of whatever was going through the kid's head. So
yes.
this one kid like very angry at teachers.
Yeah, that's well, so this is now is this a Christian is it like a Christian like a Narnia kind of film where
It's got to
it's
be
a
because it is a
subtext or
Christian company. They did things like sounds of silence or sound of innocence, which is some
sure.
like a real
Probably some
Christian
of those
shit.
a couple of Stephen Baldwin vehicles
Yeah,
likely.
Ten Commandments Part Four. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I did you ever like write things or draw things as a kid, get caught with
I
parents and
wrote some weird
embarrassed?
shit. I was not really much of a sketch. Like my doodles, I don't have any artistic ability in that way, so I could never really draw anything. Yeah, I wrote some weird shit for sure, especially in my probably like 13, like coming into that age,
Right.
12, 13, middle school, writing some strange shit.
Do you remember anything?
Oh man, I'm trying. Well, some stuff that might be if I had become a school shooter, maybe could have served as a manifesto, I guess.
Hmm.
A lot of just yeah, the angry, but I used it more as like let me get this out that way
Right.
rather than
Sure.
so yeah, I but I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
Okay.
I might be able to find an old journal someday. Maybe for if next time I come back on, I can read
Okay.
passages from that because I did save one. I think it's at my folks' house.
I wish I had my old shit. And when my mom passed, my dad emptied the house and didn't tell us. And I don't think parents need to save all their kids' shit, like, keep a bedroom or even a shelf, but things could have fell behind a shelf that would be interesting as I help you physically take shit out and
Out,
sell
yeah,
it or to the dumpster. There
yes,
might be, my sister might want one of my mom's necklaces as a memory, not that they were worth anything,
sure,
but they're
sure.
worth something. Throughout the photo albums, that would have been fun to see. He's Trump but only has five people to fuck with. He's changing history.
He's
So that he's throwing it in the garbage. So
yeah,
we don't know. Where did that uncle go and why didn't he ever visit us?
yes.
Interesting.
Well, yeah, we never heard from him in a while. What's that?
Yeah.
Where's the
Well,
photographic
how'd you
evidence?
guys fall out like
Yeah,
everybody fucking else that was around you, Dad? That's interesting.
you
I,
know what
I,
it is? It's that they also see now everyone is like people are always so happy when they go, and I've said this before too, but I'm like, oh, I'm glad I didn't have a cell phone camera when I was young because the kind of photos and shit that would have been
sure.
posted. It's nice to forget about those. They hear that and they're just like, oh my, well, we did have the old Kodak out and we were taking some photos.
Right.
Let's just binge the whole. Let's get rid of our photo albums because there
Yeah.
might be a few in there that could be call something into question.
And this is like, so there's the dad book, keithandthegirl.com/dad book, where my
Yes,
dad
yes.
tried to hit on my ex-girlfriend. So I catfished him like I'm her. He ended
Wow.
up hitting on me. Long story short, physically,
Okay.
we're at a hotel. He's fucking me. I'm like, Dad, it's me. Jesus Christ. And he still denies it. But I bring that up to say that he won't admit he did it, but he wants to mend this bridge between us. So what a great way to be like, hey, you want to come to the house and get so like this? But
Yeah.
no, he did. He's so narcissistic and self-centered. He didn't even think that could be a play.
Yes.
You know
Yes.
what I mean?
No, it could have been. Yeah, that was a missed opportunity.
Yeah.
Also,
Um,
do they hoard anything else? Like, do they hoard? Like, were they hoarding? Did everything just go? Like,
yeah, he got rid of everything.
yeah,
Everything. Like eh, we would have liked. I can picture putting somewhere, those cookie tins that had all my mom's yarn in from
yeah.
what she called the sewing room. That was a 20 by 10-foot space in the back of the living room behind the
Oh, the
couch.
sewing room.
That would be nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did get caught as a kid with stuff that I wrote in school. I was writing it seemed like it was gonna become a book as like I would love to reread this. I'm a fucking child and I'm writing a Robo Pope, half man, half machine, all Pope. And but I don't really remember it. But I do remember like he's at a gas station, somebody's causing trouble, and the leg opens up. Instead of the gun, it's the Bible, and somehow he takes care of business, probably physically with the Bible and a rosary. But I would love to
I
see
would
that
watch
again.
Paul Verhoeven's Robo Pope for
Yeah,
sure.
I'd buy that for $5. I'd buy that for your soul, something like that. Uh,
I'd buy that for a soul. Yeah.
I wrote this in science class because the teacher didn't really walk around because they were presenting things, so you can kind of do whatever you want. And I wrote something called like science and then science part whatever each day. I got Roman numerals because it was very clever. But I like ruled the school in the opposite of school for me, and I ruled the school in like a Fonzie type way, and I'm banging chicks, and even though in real life I'm a virgin, and all this shit. And there's violence in it, and my parents did snoop a lot. They would
Mm.
pick up the phone when I'm on phone calls, the old school
Oh, yeah.
rotaries.
Yep.
Um, and they would snoop through my drawers and shit. And anyway, they found these. It's like, what is this? I'm like, what is it? What is it?
What? What?
It's shit I wrote in my handwriting and the way I talk. What do you think
What
it
is it?
is?
Yeah, yeah. You tell me what's up to interpretation for the reader. You tell me what you
Right.
what
And
you
this is
got from it.
this is back in the old days. It's after fingerprints, but before you can be hacked. So
Right.
I'm like, okay, I did it.
I did it. It's my yeah. That is mine.
And they're like, oh, I don't know what. We couldn't watch, R-rated movies at home. It became even PG-13, then PG movies at home. I didn't see movies till I was 18. That's why now I think I see every movie ever made to
Yes.
make up for that. So they're trying to figure out like, where do I learn this stuff? Like, I don't know. You just learn it, and it's
Yeah, it's in
funny.
the ether, and it's yeah, and I think mine also had a lot of, from what I remember, like cartoonishly sexual, almost like an R. Crumb, like a version of like there was a lot of my fictional stuff, like yeah, little pieces writing
Man.
involved. Everyone's genitals were involved in one way or another,
And then they burned it.
and then it was
Then they put it. We had a fire pit because they were too cheap to pay for garbage delivery, the garbage pickup. And
yeah,
so
we
we
had
had a
the
fire
burnt
pit.
barrel. Oh god, yeah.
Yeah, we burned our own garbage, and they threw those papers in the garbage. And it's like, can't you save them until I'm 30? Then go,
Oh, this
hey,
is
how
so
about
much fun
this?
now. Yeah,
Yeah,
don't be a
but you didn't.
fucking.
But you didn't get a psychiatrist if you're so fucking concerned that I'm writing violent sexual shit. You just
No,
burned it.
you just burned the books like a Nazi.
Right. Well, guess what the school has? Many a pencils.
Yeah, yeah, those were first drafts. I'm
That's
just getting
right.
started.
That's right. All right, let's go over what we went over.
Mhm.
See how we did. Give ourselves a grade. First of all, we covered that I got level in Wordle. They
Mhm.
tried to trick me, but they can't get the kid. Keffer didn't keep me down. I still do my best. Football season's coming. Let's go Steelers. Let's go Jaguars. Let's go Eagles.
Yes, yes.
In that order. Okay, we all agree.
Oh, hold on now.
And moving on, we can't be here all day. We talked. Oh, you sound like a good school bus driver. Anybody get hurt on your bus yet?
No,
I
nope,
didn't mean to say yet,
nope.
but let's see what your
Yes.
dreams.
Well, yeah,
Superman's a motherfucking idiot.
covered.
Okay, all right. By the way, I think any of those superheroes, those other ones that were in the superhero movie, I
Mhm.
think Superman's so stupid they could kill him. That's what I think.
Yeah, I think they can get the drop on him. I
Yeah,
agree.
he's no genius.
He's a naive. He's a fool.
How come Batman's in charge of the Justice League and not Superman? Because Superman's a fucking idiot and everybody knows it.
You're right. You're right. That is.
When Wonder Woman's fucking Superman, she looks at Batman. She goes, "You know, I don't mean it.
You know.
It's the boys of summer. Come
Yeah,
on."
I'm thinking of you when I.
That's right. DC's being taken over. Obviously, it's for the. I don't know how this change of power is going to go next presidency.
Oh, peacefully, I'm
I'm
sure.
so sure. I'm so sure. Yeah. Oh, it's peaceful this time. Yeah, because Biden wasn't a piece of shit. Smithsonian Institute. Let's get rid of anything divisive. Ooh, this slavery music section. I don't like that too much. Now, you could keep the 9/11 section. Uh, but anything we oppressed. No, thank you. Happy Gilmore. Kind of sort of liked it more than I thought I would.
Wish it
Didn't
was
really blow away.
7 minutes long, but
Right. I saw the new movie Nobody 2, And I'm like, I think I'm gonna see it, and then it's an hour 29 minutes. I'm like, I am gonna see it.
That is the selling point. That's all it needs to be.
Yeah, good, good. And yes, if your works as a kid came to life, drawing or otherwise, ooh, we'd be in big fucking trouble. So thank
Ooh,
goodness. Thank goodness that one's just a
X-rated. That's an
movie.
X-rated
Yeah.
film that should be shown in a peep show booth.
Yeah, that's definitely fiction, PG. KeithNegro.com/Murf Meyer. Check out the other. I say go back to the beginning and just do a deep dive of Murf Meyer. He's fucking fantastic. We've loved him for years. What
Thanks,
else
brother.
should the audience know, Murf?
That's it. Just yeah. I'm doing a fantasy football podcast called Two Man Dance. That's my
Okay.
current thing that I'm doing. But other than that, I'm driving a bus. If your kids need a ride to school, let me know.
Two man
Two
dance.
Man Dance. It's called Two Man Dance. It's a two-man fantasy football league I started with my buddy many years ago, and we just started doing a podcast about it. So
And what's your route now in Portland?
my route now is I have a middle school. I'm in Southeast Portland, Northeast. I won't give the full route out
No,
because
right. I don't want
follow
people
me
to
out
get
there.
in your
But
way when you're
yeah,
driving, but
I'm
it'd be
around
fun to
town
be
in
like, I
Portland.
wonder if that's him.
Yeah, I'm out there through this Southeast Portland.
If you think you see Murph driving a short bus, give a honk.
Give me
Kids
a
love
toot.
it.
Give me
Yeah,
a
give
toot.
them a toot. You see them. It doesn't matter what kind of kid you are. You like a little toot.
Hey,
Everybody does. Murph, thank you so much for your time. Good seeing you.
always, brother. Thank you.